Hello, I'm Emmah. Welcome to eStar. Today I will be talking about the unfortunate inconvenience that happened in less than 1 week. So while we were chilling in our class, our teacher announced that we're going to be working with clay. Obviously, I was super excited and all these ideas started popping into my head until she announced that we were making pinch pots. But I was still okay with that. After she said that, I was locked in. I finished working with the actual clay, and mine just looked like a simple whale, nothing too much, just something like this. And then she threw her clay into the flames, never to be seen again. She just put them in the kiln. If you don't know what that is, this is what it looks like, so you can have an idea. You usually just throw the clay in there and it heats up, and it takes about 2 days.
2 days later.
We get our clay projects back and I start to paint. When I tell you guys I was locked in, I was locked in. Our teacher even had to stop at one point and be like, "Are y'all okay?" Because our class doesn't talk that much, but on this specific day, we were like very quiet. By then, everything was going great until the details, aka the eyes. Bro, you do not understand how hard it was to work with those minuscule little dots for the eyes, and I had to paint with like the tiniest brush you could find. Yeah, it was not easy. Anyways, I finished that. I also forgot to mention that I decided to add a little hat for some reason. I don't know why. Then I just went to my next period. Anyways, the next morning I came to school ready to work on my art project. I looked on the shelf. Nothing. That's strange. I looked again on all the shelves, like the top shelf, the middle shelf, the bottom shelf, and my project wasn't there. It starts to click in me that someone might have stolen it, but you just gotta have hope, right? Our art teacher casually just drops, "Oh yeah, be careful with the clay projects. Some people's got stolen and like broken and stuff, so just make sure you don't do anything." That couldn't have been mine, right? I look at the shelf again and it's still not there. Like, I don't know if I'm just expecting it to appear at this point, but I'm still looking. But I actually don't understand, why would you do this? You were in the same art class following the same instructions, and you know that some person took time off their day to create this piece, and you just take it like... That's like going to art class, taking the clay project, and walking out the door. That's called thieving, stealing, taking what's not yours. Get it? TV crew reference? Anyone? Oh. You need to leave! Okay. Because of that, our teacher didn't take this for a grade, luckily, because I almost had a heart attack, but my friends did create some pretty cool projects. One of them made a blueberry pot, while the other one made a Smitsky pot, and the other one made, like, the Apple AI thingy, whatever, which is the only AI generated thing I will accept. Anything else, I will find you and force you to learn how to draw. Because it's kind of cute, but it's also very scary. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next inconsistent one, because they are inconsistent. The next one will probably be a sketchbook tour or a draw of me. Yeah, sometimes I just don't know what's wrong with me, so it usually takes like months or something to get these videos out, and I really want to stop that, but yeah. Sometimes I just really don't feel the motivation to edit or like finish these videos, but I'm gonna start putting due dates on myself so I don't like leave these rotting in my drafts for months. And to the person who stole my clay project, yeah, you suck!
We wanna talk about, but we're not allowed. Well, you may not like me, but you better let it out, 'cause it's your turn now.
Now what's on your